First, thanks very much to the Times Group for this campaign itself, and I think a very appropriate way to come towards the end of the campaign by focusing on one of the most important challenges that we are facing in this country today. We have a democracy that functions. It is a democracy that we are very often not very happy with in the manner in which it functions. But no matter what, we all will defend it. And all of us, all across, even if we are critical of many of the things in its functioning, we'll defend it because we want to make it work better. So how do we make it work better? One of the only tools that the ordinary citizen has got has been right to information. For years, we have actually faced a situation all over where we were unhappy with various facets of governance. We were unhappy with the way democracy was functioning, and the only democratic right that we had that we could really exercise was the vote. Others in between, some of us who have been part of movements managed to do dharnas and andolans. But what could the ordinary citizen do? Wait for 5 years to cast their vote? And in that process, gradually that entire electoral process got completely taken over by vested interests. So when you went to cast your vote also, increasingly it became a scenario that, oh, but this election, even if it's not rigged at the polling booth, it's rigged by money, it's rigged by muscle power, it's rigged by influence. So what is the point in my going to vote? That also started to become a scenario which was a dangerous kind of thought, especially amongst middle class people, because if we start becoming cynical about the electoral process, I think we only have to look around different parts of the world to understand how important it is even to have that electoral process. So, as an activist who has worked very much more between elections and every day, because we can't have our democracy functioning only once in 5 years, I still say that vote is very important. And that's why this topic is very important, because it is extremely important in terms of making that electoral process also more accountable, also more transparent, also less manipulated by money and muscle power. So, RTI, when it came in, we fought a long struggle, and all of us who are here and all of us in the campaign were absolutely clear that RTI should apply to everyone who works in the public domain. It should apply, of course, to political parties. If it doesn't apply to political parties, then how can you say that it will really apply to government? It should apply to NGOs, because NGOs also work in the public domain. It should apply to trade unions, because trade unions are again working on behalf of the people. It should apply to cooperative societies, because actually again it is a society made up of many people coming together. And lastly, another institution in this country which is very powerful and very unaccountable is it should apply to the institutions of God, religious institutions. Because they also gather money in the name of God, means the people presumably, and the money and everything else that they have, property, resources, is meant for the people. So obviously, if there isn't transparency and accountability there, we have examples all around us of what is happening within those institutions themselves. So where is the answer? One answer that there can be no question about, in one sense, is transparency. How can you question transparency? You can question what an institution should or should not do, but you can't question the fact that what they are doing for the public in the public domain, in the public name, that must be transparent. Today, we are facing a scenario all over where political parties themselves, some of us through these many years, even though we may not be part of political parties, have interacted so much with them. Not all of them are dishonest at all. Some of them are honest and very frustrated and very unhappy, because they find that they are unable to actually function within that atmosphere. Just like many people said that the entire bureaucracy is against RTI, that's not true at all. The honest bureaucrats actually are very much in favor of it, because it gives them a chance to do an honest job and show that they have done an honest job.
It gives them a chance to say to someone else who is putting pressure on them to do something wrong, to say, I will not do something wrong and tomorrow this is going to be in the public domain. It gives them a chance actually to function far more efficiently. So even this excuse that is given that it is making policy paralysis is complete rubbish. Because the truth is that even them doing their job efficiently should be part of a transparency and accountability regime. If you are not doing a job, if you are saying, no, I'm afraid to write on the file, then leave your job, resign, go home. And that file and how many days within which you've cleared the file must also be part of a transparent regime. There we come to the heart of governance, which is how political parties, are they really what they are, or is someone else behind them? Who is the money behind the party? Who is giving that money? When have they given it? For what purpose have they given it? Those who have given it want to know. The rest they are asking for votes want to know. And even if someone is not voting for them because they are asking to come to power, the rest of us want to know. We certainly want to know every single paisa that comes in and goes out.